Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis. If you are new, if you are true, welcome back. So as promised, I am going to give you my 5 milligram 2-month update of Zepbound. And when I say she is a beast, she is a beast. Come on, let's get into it. Now, if you haven't seen my 1-month update, go back and take a look at that. So some of this stuff that I'm going to say in this video is going to make a lot of sense. First thing first, I have lost, drum roll, I am down 30 pounds. I have gone from 209 in February and I'm now down 179 as of today. Like, I stood on that scale over there. I have it close. Stood on that scale, sat down to film this video, and I'm 179.7. And the crowd goes wild. I have not been this small in years. And honestly, the smallest I've ever been was maybe 160. I've been big all my life, pretty much. You know, they say I'm solid because I don't have much like fat. I'm solid, but I'm heavy. So the fact that I'm down to 179 is bananas. And I'm hoping to get down to 150. That is my goal weight. And that's my goal weight as far as, you know, not me stopping Zepbound per se, but just me feeling like I could be healthy and be my best self. Now, mind you, the BMI index says a whole different story. I don't really look at that. My nutritionist agrees. It's not the best. It's not the best thing to, you know, measure your stuff off and to go off on. But I want to get down to 150. Now, in my last video, I talked about food noise. If you know, you know. Food noise is pretty much that voice in your head that tells you to constantly eat. That is the voice that never shuts up. You could be having a conversation with somebody and you're thinking about what you're going to eat when they shut up. That is just my reality. Had always been my reality. Constantly thinking about food. I wake up thinking about food. Go to bed thinking about food. But with Zepbound 2.5, I was like, okay, so this is what it's like for, you know, those who are not obese. Like, it's so quiet, I can think. But 5 milligram, oh, she upped the ante. When I say I have not really eaten, I mean, I really haven't. Like, I have to remember and make a conscious effort to go eat. I'm talking about I have to make a in my head schedule. Okay, I'm going to eat this time and then we're going to eat, and you know, just make sure I get my protein. I am not too worried as far as carbs per se, but of course protein and vegetables. I also take medication, so I have to make sure I eat so I can take my medication. So for the first time in my life, I have to remember to eat. Now, I will say with the 2.5, those cravings were still there. With the 5 milligram, I really haven't had any. Now, the first couple of days after taking my first 5 milligram shot, I was like, wait a minute, I haven't eaten today. I haven't thought about food. I've passed restaurants and I have not thought about stopping. Like, they're just, you know, background. That was scary, but it was like, wow, I can actually save money. I can, you know, do other things. I can focus on other things. So be prepared for that. You're going to have to make an effort to eat. Not only will you have to make an effort to eat, but eating is going to be, you know, I guess a lot smaller, your portion sizes. So for me, I can maybe get half a banana and maybe have a cup of yogurt, you know. So, and that's for breakfast. So it's really important to try and get, you know, just your protein and your vegetables in. And I found that smoothies and, you know, just protein shakes are helpful. They are really, really big. So yes, my relationship with food has completely changed. And this also means my view as far as what is good to me and what isn't. Now, in my last video, you guys probably, I believe I left this clip in where I was saying that I love 7-layer bean dip. I don't know where it's coming from, how it got there, how she showed up, and why. But I'm in love with 7-layer bean dip. I bought some like 2 days ago and it's still sitting in my fridge. What? You guys, ice cream. I love ice cream. I can live off cereal and ice cream. I haven't had any of that in maybe a month. So my relationship with food has very much changed. And because of that, I make a conscious effort to eat healthy food. So if I'm going to eat, it's going to be healthy food because I need those nutrition. Now, mind you, I'm insulin resistant because I have PCOS. So I have to make sure I eat or I just really feel sick and I will feel dizzy. Now, I'm still trying to play around with whether or not I should eat before I take my shot, whether it makes a difference. Now, I know when I was on Wegovy, had to eat some protein because maybe that would take me out. Wegovy was a different beast, but that was semaglutide. This is a different compound, so I'm trying to see whether or not, you know, that would help me, but don't worry, I'm about to get into the side effects. Let me tell you a little story. I like to go to sleep listening to the TV. Sometimes it's either, don't judge me, but it's either Judge Judy, In the Heat of the Night, or SpongeBob. So I'm sitting there listening to SpongeBob make Krabby Patties, and I'm thinking, I haven't had a Whopper in a while. Do you know the thought of that Whopper made me so nauseous that I thought I was gonna have to get out of bed and puke? The nausea on this is like, it comes and goes, but mind you, like, it's crazy. Things that I never thought would make me sick makes me really, really sick just to think about it. Now, I haven't actually thrown up, but wow. Another thing is my gag reflex. It's crazy. I take medicine and these pills are small, things that I can normally just take to the head, but no, my it's constantly. Now, one thing I did notice with the 2.5 milligram was I was tired. This also continues with the 5 milligram. So I have figured out that I need to take this at night. I also take it on the weekend. So like today, I'll take my shot, and just taking it on the weekend, just make sure that I am okay. I sleep it off. I sleep the night. And I don't know if this wears off or not, but just me taking it at night on the weekends when I don't have to work is just completely my best option. Another side effect is stomach pain for me. Now, I started off taking it on my arms. That's where I inject either one of my arms. Then I decided maybe I should try my stomach. Now, I know that pancreatitis is one of the side effects. So I noticed that when I inject in my stomach, and I've only done it twice, I injected on the left side of my stomach, but for maybe 2 or 3 days, I would have really bad pain on the right side. It felt like it was my pancreas. And my last shot, I went back to my arm and I had no pain in my pancreas and my stomach. So I'm still trying to figure out what that is about. I don't want to have, you know, any issues with that. Has anybody else noticed that, you know, just the pain in your pancreas when you inject in your stomach? If you have, let me know. But I think I'm going to go back to my arms. I haven't tried, and I tried my stomach because I was like, but this is the fattest part of my body, of course, so maybe it wouldn't hurt. And it doesn't hurt. The shot doesn't hurt, but it just hurts my pancreas. So next I'll maybe try my thighs, but I think for now we just gonna have to switch it up on the arms. So imagine not eating anything and just only drinking water, and then all of a sudden you have heartburn. Like, who sent you? Where did you come from? Why am I having indigestion to the point where I feel like I'm gonna throw up? So heartburn is just, It comes and goes, but it's just one of my side effects. One thing I did notice is after taking my shot, I would have chills. I would be super cold. I always thought that was because the medicine is cold, so it's just like going through my body. But a few of you have told me in my other video that you also have chills after taking your shot. So let me know who else does. I mean, what do you do about it? Because like I said, I take it at night, so I just get in the bed and, you know, I just cover up. But I just, maybe it's because it's cold, or I'm not exactly sure where the chills come from. But like I said, it doesn't last. It's just after I take the shot. Now, our last side effect is our old friend constipation. Looks like he's gonna always just be there. He's gonna always follow me around, and no matter what happens, he's gonna be a pain in my butt. And I'm thinking that a lot of this TMI is maybe I'm not eating enough to do anything, and that could be it. But also something should happen. So of course, Miralax does work really, really well. Now you're supposed to drink a lot of water anyway, so my suggestion is just put, you know, just maybe a half a cup of Miralax in your water every day, you know, just to keep things flowing, keep things regular. If you get really backed up, you can take milk and magnesia. That works well. Disclaimer, it made me go for about 2 days, like really bad. Maybe I needed that. Maybe that's what my body needed. But just, you know, Miralax, half a cap every single day when you're drinking your water, or, you know, just something that keeps you regular. They also make tea. There's Smooth Move tea. The first time I was constipated, that didn't work. And I'm like, what kind of witchcraft is this? Because that always works for me. I'm thinking that, you know, once you get regular, that, you know, just helps keep things flowing. So just know the constipation is still there. It doesn't look like he's going anywhere anytime soon. Now, I get asked a lot, what do you eat? And honestly, I'm not on like a diet per se. I try to constrict myself. Honestly, with the way the medicine makes me either not really hungry, I can't rely on, hey, I'm going to have no sugar, or, you know, just something like that. I just can't. So I just make sure I get my vegetables and I get my protein, or fruits. Just somehow I need to get fiber. I have to have fiber and water, and of course protein. Protein is what keeps you full. You need protein. I don't have a certain number of grams for protein. I just try to get in as much as I feel my body can handle, because like I said, I can go all day and not eat. So as far as my workouts, I actually just keep walking. So my job, I am sitting down at my computer probably 80% of the day. So I have to remember to get up and go walk, whether it's around my building or I go through other offices, go say hey to other people in the office. I just have to make sure I get up and get some steps. Now, mind you, it's getting warmer outside. Now, in the cold, if you follow me on TikTok, I've been out there in 20 degrees trying to walk. I have done that. But it's getting nice outside. It's staying day longer. I can either walk when I get off work if I'm not too exhausted, or I can actually get up and walk in the morning before I go to work because it's daylight. So, and it's warm, so it's really nice to just go out, walk for 20-30 minutes and know that I have a good amount of steps, and that, you know, it's not going to be just no steps during the day if I don't. I do want to get into weight training. I'm thinking about setting up my second bedroom, which is where I film at, and it's also where I do schoolwork at. I am thinking about also just, you know, setting up some dumbbells and just, you know, working out here at home, which is probably ideal. I don't have to leave. But I'm also thinking about getting a walking pad. I am seeing those all over TikTok. If you have one, let me know. Let me know, you know, like your steps. Like, I think I want one. I think I might invest in one of those. But that's what I try to do for moving my body, getting my body into shape. And I know so many people go really hard in the gym. I'm not there yet. I am a treadmill girly and I'm a walking girly, but I'm not exactly a Stairmaster girly, nor am I, you know, just like one of those bodybuilders. So we'll get there. This journey has been so amazing. I do want to say thank you to everybody who comments on my videos, all the videos, anybody who looks at my videos. I totally appreciate you. We are all in this together. Now, I am getting comments from people in personal life, like who know me, you know, you're losing a lot of weight. What are you doing? I am not shy about saying, Zepbound. I have no shame. I know I want to live past 35. And if I have to take Zepbound to do with it, I mean, so be it. But I'm loving the compliments that I get from people. And honestly, people don't think that I was like big before, but like I said, I was heavy. And that was a lot of fat and just, you know, things around my heart and just stuff like that. So now, to me, that is a non-scale victory. We love non-scale victories over here. Like this shirt right here, I used to not be able to fit. I used to not be able to fit in this shirt, and now I can. We love non-scale victories. I love hearing people say, wow, you lost weight, you look good. I'm like, shh, don't play with me. Like, don't gas me up. I love that. So we really love non-scale victories. And I want people to realize that even if the scale doesn't move, your body is changing. You know, your body is getting healthier. Trust me, it doesn't always have to show on the scale. And of course, with, you know, anything, there's plateaus. But trust me, your body is working. Your body is getting healthier. As long as you're moving, as long as you're putting the right things in your body is doing what it needs to do. Now, I am going to stay on the 5 milligram for maybe a few months. You know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And as of right now, it's not broke. So if I do see that I'm like just, you know, plateauing, I probably will go up, maybe. But I do realize that not everything has to be, you know, on the scale. So as long as I feel okay, as long as I'm doing better and I'm doing good, I'm good. So we'll see if I go up anytime soon. If you are thinking about Zepbound and you can do it, go for it. I know it's a lot when it comes to the side effects, but trust me, getting the weight off, not hearing the food noise, it is so worth it. Okay, so if you're on Zepbound and you have any ideas as far as the side effects, let me know, because I love it when you guys comment on my videos. I try to comment back to everybody because I totally love it. So, and let me know what milligram you're on and how much weight you've lost. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and if you're on Zepbound, let me know. I want to be on your journey as well. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.